Hello, welcome to anyone who's joining us. This is one of the first streams that we're ever doing. We have our guest, our friend Thomas, right here. If you guys want, please make sure to check out his channel. Today, it's the big one. You see on Braden's background, alluding to hopefully the scenes that we're going to see at the end of the day. Guys, how are you feeling? I'll go first to Braden. What do you think? Scoreline, early scoreline predictions based on the lineups that are confirmed.
Yeah, I think it was a great lineup that Greg put out. I'm a little surprised that Haji is actually starting up top. I thought he'd definitely be on the bench to go with Balogun or Pepe, but it's nice to see Greg rewarding the hot hand, so to speak. So, I mean, it's good to see that he's making the right adjustments. Robinson's not starting, Miles, that is. Reem's back in for the experience, which I like to see. And Adams is in the midfield, which I'm perfectly fine with. If he can set the tone, he always brings the fire. And in a game like this kind of rivalry, you need a player like that. And let's be honest, we don't have too many players like that. So I'm okay with that. I just would like to see him come off at halftime for Johnny. I think not only does Johnny deserve a chance, also Adams, he's just coming back from injury. I don't want to risk it. We need him for the summer. In the end, it's more important to have him for the summer than to have him for this game. So we have to make sure to manage his minutes well.
Yeah, well, you didn't say your scoreline prediction.
Oh, that's my bad. That's my bad. I said it in the preview video that we did. I'm gonna stick with it for now. 3-1, 3-1.
All right, over to you, Thomas. Any surprises? What do you think about the lineup? I would say it's a ballsy move by Greg to start Haji right there. Definitely changing things around. And based on Mexico's lineup too, Santi being absent again. Thomas, how are you feeling? What do you think about those lineups and a scoreline prediction for us?
Yeah, so I definitely like the lineup. I was pleasantly surprised to see this lineup. I think it's a very solid choice from Greg all the way around. Even getting Tim in there, I like seeing Tim back in there. I think he put him on based on what I'm seeing on Google, he put him on the right. I'd like to see him partner on the left with Robinson, obviously, but hopefully that's what we see. But yeah, I like the lineup. Yeah, I guess Tyler Adams is probably a surprise to some people. A lot of people want Johnny Cardoso in there, but I think this is the safer choice. Just Adams is still coming off injury. If this game goes to extra time, you want Johnny coming off the bench, probably not Adams, just in case he's not good to go for some of that extra time or picks up a knock here early in the game. But yeah, I like the lineup. I think we're gonna pull this one out. I think 2-1 will be the final scoreline in regular time.
Yeah, I'm still thinking if I should stay on the fence and keep my scoreline prediction. I'm going 2-1 too, but that's boring. So I'll just say 3-1 US. I think it's I just want to make sure, since it's one of the first times we're doing this, where are you guys watching and what point of the live stream are you?
Yeah, right now. They're showing Mexico's lineup.
And is
Yeah,
it
so
or
yeah, I'm watching this on Paramount Plus right now. I see the I guess you
commentator?
could say the commentators. Yeah, so now
Oh,
they're showing the Mexican lineup right now.
yeah,
Okay.
same.
Okay. I think we're pretty in sync. Okay, we've got some people in the chat. Jonathan, what's up, Jonathan?
Hey,
Says
John.
he needs a break from Greg and the senior team. Honestly, I don't blame you based on the
Well,
Jamaica game.
there's a good opportunity tomorrow, actually. If you need a break from Greg and the A team and you want to watch the U.S. still, tomorrow we actually face the best test for the Olympic side. We're going to be playing against France. It's for free. You just need to tune in on the U.S. Soccer app, which everyone has and puts their lineups there, or the website too. So also on YouTube, they'll be streaming, which I think is the best way. It never glitches. If you go on their website, it's a little bit glitchy, but you get to see the Olympic guys, and it's basically the roster that's going to represent us in the Olympics. So it's a good opportunity, Jonathan, and thank you for tuning in as well.
Yeah.
Just wanted to
Also,
say,
oh yeah, go ahead, Thomas.
real quick, just wanted to say hi to Lindy. Thanks for watching, Lindy. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, saying TLFC always has a great perspective. Agreed with that.
Definitely. We're happy to have Thomas here, and in future streams, we will definitely do it on his channel. So we'll be guests for once.
Definitely. And one more thing about the France game. And yes, Jonathan, we will be covering the France game. We will have a match reaction to that as well as a takeaway video for the entire camp. Or maybe we'll combine that into one video. I think that'd probably be easier. But we will definitely cover it. We'll be in the stream as well on YouTube. If you want to interact with us, we'll be in the chat. And also, don't quote me on this, but I think I saw somewhere that the game is actually also on CBS Sports Network. So that, I mean, it could be a huge opportunity on national television for the U23 team. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what I saw. So if it's not streamed on YouTube, that's where you should go.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity, and also it's a shame that USSF still doesn't put that much effort in broadcasting the youth games. We saw our guys. Let's give them a shout out. 3-2 against England. Noel Buck, the traitor, being on the other side, and we showed out. And Cole Campbell just switched allegiances and scored a brace. So it would be nice if they put out at least highlights for those games. It's not too hard to have it, but here we go.
Let's get the 3-peat here.
Oh, for sure. Game just kicked off for me. Are you guys there as well?
Not yet. Almost. I'll tell you what.
Kicked off.
Kicked off just now.
All right.
And saying 2-0. Let's go. That would be nice. That's the best one U.S.-Mexico game. So hopefully you're right, Rayson. Thank you for joining as well.
So I'm at 13 seconds.
Okay, I'm a little bit ahead of that. Here, what we'll do is if one of us is going to do commentary, whoever's the furthest behind should do it. I think that's most optimal.
Just to answer what Timothy said, if we know Tack and Peter, we had a great opportunity to meet them at the Nations League in Trinidad and Tobago. We got invited. Actually, Tack is very nice to us. Is given a lot of advice on the channel. Also, a fellow Brazilian like me, so Brazilian American connection there. And wish them all of the best. Definitely the references in the YouTube space for USMNT related things. And Pete as well, such a nice guy. Pete is generally an amazing guy, and pretty sure you guys know them. We're not aspiring to rival anyone, just to get our voices out there too. And they're really nice and supportive.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, they're the kings in this sphere. We're just trying to grow up and maybe reach their level one day.
Would have liked to see Turner catch that ball.
Yeah, it was a good punch, though. It was a good punch.
Good punch.
Just from these very, very prematurely early signs, it does show like Mexico won't swallow the pride and sit back, which I think would be the best tactic for them, realistically. But it will be very open, as it should be. Really, it's a final.
Yeah, and a huge derby as well. It's looking like it could be a very good game, which is always nice to see, and it always is when we play Mexico.
I'm happy with the start so far. It's much better than last game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely the best 2 first minutes from the very last games. I mean, what was that start last time around?
Here we go.
As Rayson put there, his scoreline prediction, any of you guys that are watching, leave down there. Your comments are going to pop up. What you think the scoreline will be, if you want to put what you think it really will be. I think it'd be a vast majority of us just predicting a U.S. win because, frankly, we should be winning this game. No excuses.
Yeah, 100%. I don't know if I can see us keeping a clean sheet, though, to be honest, Mason. I think our defense is a little too vulnerable.
Pulisic down the wing to Haji. Just need to calm down, look for some possession here. Try to find some rhythm. Control the ball for a minute or two.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm sorry, Brayden.
No, I was just going to say we need to settle into the game. It's still early, but it doesn't look like either team has really settled into it yet.
Absolutely. And Lindsay said that Jamaica had him nervous, to say the least. I think that's the understatement of the century. All of us were really nervous. And quite frankly, maybe there's an argument we shouldn't be here, really. We were 10 seconds away from having the worst, in my opinion, the worst result in the USMNT history. But here we are. Let's just take care of business. And if we play like in the extra time, we may have, just looking at that, good ball from Turner there, claiming it.
Yeah, Turner's been commanding so far, which is a good sign for him, especially since he's not really in form. He's not playing at club level. The fact that he's coming out and claiming these balls early is a good sign.
I'm going to refresh, see if I can catch up to you guys a little bit here.
I wonder, since there's not much, we're just passing in the back right now. I just wanted to ask you guys, do you think that Turner takes these opportunities since he's starting for us? It's a high-profile game, as a chance to market himself, really, because he's likely going to need a move during summer.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think that the US games are the most important from his perspective. Obviously, it'd be nice for him to reclaim his spot at Nottingham Forest, but just based on the situation there, I don't see it happening, to be honest. Sells hasn't been that great for them, but he's starting for Belgium now with Courtois out. I really can't see Sells giving up the spot, at least with so few games
Good
left in
ball
the
from Reyna
season.
here. Ooh,
Yeah,
ooh.
Jedi getting down the wing early.
It's good to see Reem and Jedi linking up on the left there. Oh!
Oh,
Goalie! Oh, what a
Pulisic!
save! Here's Reyna on the rebound. Woo! All right, positive signs.
That's really well done by Reyna and Pulisic, but you just have to finish it off. It's straight at the goalkeeper there.
Could have been a goal. Maybe should have been a goal, but
Should have probably been a
I
goal.
think it should have been.
encouraging signs, definitely.
Very
Definitely, but
encouraging.
I will say Pulisic had maybe not a similar chance, but a similar situation against the Netherlands where he should have scored early, and we saw how that game turned out. Hopefully, it's not another one of those.
Oh, that one I just pretend it never existed because that one hurt a lot. The game completely. It was a clearer chance than this one.
Oh, 100%. Great touch from Pulisic as well. Just good save from Ochoa. Just has to be a
Oh,
better
right in the
finish.
face. Hit him in the face with it.
Mm-hmm.
I think he hit him in the face with it
Yeah.
there.
Looking
Oh,
at
no, yeah, hands. Good save.
such a good control. Good control.
And Ochoa is in form as well. He had a man of the match game against Panama, so it's going to be difficult getting by him today.
This man's going to start for Mexico in 2030. I'm calling it now. Based on their prospects, I mean, they call Acevedo a prospect. He's rated 27. Malagon. Honestly, I feel like he always silences his haters in Mexico, which are a lot. Even with all of his accolades for the national team, he has a lot of haters there, and he always performs at the biggest stage for them. It's incredible, really.
Yeah, especially considering his club form. I don't know if he was I think he was the first ever goalkeeper to concede 1,000 goals at club level. But he still is always solid for the national team. Hopefully, Turner can honestly take a page from his book and do something like that.
Let me see right here. Great save by Ochoa. I agree, and Tim. It's definitely it should have been a goal. We can try to pinpoint that it could have been a better finish, but he didn't. Play didn't have much time there to think, and he did really well to give himself the chance. So yeah, props to Ochoa. That was really good.
Yeah, and Ochoa, he made himself big. He took away a lot of space for Pulisic to score, especially with such limited time.
Now there's a man. Very briefly, he appeared, Chucky Lozano, that a lot of people be worried about. Those people are probably stuck in FIFA or something because let's be honest, Chucky is no longer the most dangerous player for Mexico. In fact, I think let's talk about that a little bit. Their best player is only sitting on the bench, Santi Jimenez. Would you guys agree with that?
Yeah, I'd agree. I don't know why he's sitting on the bench tonight. I was actually shocked when I was looking at the lineup card to see him there. I was like, well, hopefully we can get off to a nice start and get a solid lead prior to his. I'm assuming he'll come on early in the second half around the 60th minute. So just to make them a little more potent if they need it. They obviously took a little more of a conservative approach. So Mexico showing us a little respect this time around. Hey, Mason, good to see you in the stream. Pepe, likely, I don't think we'll see Pepe tonight, honestly. I think the odds are that we'll probably see Balogun come on, most likely, would be my guess. We might see Pepe if we need a goal late. If we're losing, we need a goal late. Depends on what we're throwing at the wall at the end of the game. Or if we go into extra time, then I think that is most likely the time we might see Pepe tonight.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that too, honestly. The fact that I think for both teams, the high profile strikers at least are on the bench, maybe not the ones in best of form, but Santi for Mexico and Pepe and Balogun both on the bench for us today, since Greg went with Haji right instead. I think it's gonna be very interesting come the 60th, 70th minute when the subs do start to come in for our perspective, whether we do see Balogun or Pepe or maybe both of them. Greg has experimented with both of them on the pitch, especially late in games at times. So you never know, that could be an option as well. But I think that Santi will definitely come on and be dangerous as well. I think he's a great player and definitely their most effective.
Yeah, and heard Balogun might have gotten a knock. I didn't see that, Tim. That explains things because I didn't really think Greg would have the not the courage. I won't try to slate the guy every time I get to, but I didn't expect him to start Haji definitely. So that may be the reason. Thank you for letting us know. Now it's a good opportunity from set piece and but just on that, I agree with you guys. We might not see him, and I love Pepe, but if we see him, that likely means that we're chasing a result because I think
Yeah,
that Balogun
agreed.
would be it's up unless that happened, and Balogun has a knock, then Pepe would likely be ahead of him.
Yeah, to the Haji point, I'm not surprised he got the start tonight. I mean, um, obviously he was a late call up to the roster, but with his performance in the last game and his current form in the championship, I think he kind of forced Greg's hand. It, Greg would hear it even more than he normally does if he didn't play Haji tonight. I feel like so. I think that start doesn't surprise me at all, and I think he earned it. So hopefully he gets us a goal here tonight and shows he deserves it.
Yeah, and we can see that we already overtook the possession.
Yep.
Not great there. Reem and Turner, a little miscommunication. It's lucky that we have Reem at the back to take care of that because Turner was well out, and if Reem wasn't there, it would have been a disaster.
But Reem recovering for Chris, I mean, who would have thought? There's a lot of pass there. I think that on the ball, Chris has a lot to work on, definitely. But it's nice that we already took the majority of possession, dictating the tempo. And Jedi, for a guy that got so much hate for his first touch, had a really nice first touch a while back there to control the ball. And I think that if this is the theme of the match, we should get more opportunities. Mexico doesn't really. They're going to be hoping to pounce on one mistake. Really, they're not creating anything.
Mm-hmm. And going back to the Haji right point, I think it's going to be interesting to see how effective he is up top. We've seen at club level for Coventry, he's really been doing all of his output, all of his goals and assists as a left winger. When he has played up top and got that opportunity, he really hasn't capitalized. To be honest, Ellis Simpson seems to have taken that spot, and he's been in red hot form as well. I believe actually a potential Jamaica dual national, another one they could add to their loaded squad of dual nationals. But yeah, Haji's been primarily a left winger, and I think he could maybe silence the doubters with a good performance up top here and just prove how versatile he is.
Yeah, and I think that right there, it's nice to see right now one of the big talking points in the last game. Look how packed it is, although the majority are green shirts as we expect. But I would rather, I don't know, I played at a very low level, but I would imagine that it's better to play with a big audience rather than nobody, really, which is, we were closer to nobody than a big audience last time around. And what do you guys think about Mexico always having more fans in these games? Because it does seem like CONCACAF, that's offside. But do you think that it plays a part in this, or are we just so used to playing Mexico with them having the majority of fans?
I personally think it definitely plays a part. I mean, we've heard Christian Pulisic audibly complain about it, so I think it definitely gets in the players' heads a little bit when they come into a game in Arlington, Texas, and they're outnumbered 7-3 or 3-1. It's can't be the greatest feeling to be playing a home game and not feel like it's a home game. So I definitely think it plays a factor, but I would say it probably bodes a little bit better than last game's environment. Last game's environment was flat, and I think that led to a very flat performance. I think we're already seeing a little bit of a sharper performance tonight from the guys, a little bit sharper on the ball and a little more crisp. So that could be a lineup thing, but I think it definitely plays an impact having more people to play in front of.
Yeah, and another thing I will say, in our defense, this is a CONCACAF scheduled venue. It's not the U.S. that's picking it. So, I mean, CONCACAF is in theory supposed to be making these neutral games. And honestly, by having it in the U.S., not only do they make the most money by having it here, they also do ensure it can be neutral because, like we've seen, Mexico has had a lot more fans, and they always have more fans than we do. And honestly, just props to the Mexico fans, both within Mexico and in the U.S. Towards the southern part of the U.S. They always travel so well, regardless of where their team's playing, whether it's here in America, they always seem to play in the U.S., or even at the World Cups, they always travel so well, and they have one of the best fan bases, at least until it gets late and they're losing and they start to chant.
Yeah, a lot of talk about that chant last year, and I think we misclassify what that chant really means. I don't think it is a slur of the nature that appeared on the screen. I'm not going to say what it puts. I don't know if we can get in trouble with this, but
Kind of got an opportunity here, deep in Mexico's territory.
I mean, it's in the crossing area. That's Greg's dream right there. So
And Haji just fouls the defender.
Oh wow, yeah. Little WWE move there.
Would have fallen to Pulisic as well.
Starting to look CONCACAF out there. It's getting physical early. I don't think anyone's really getting the hold on possession here in the game. It seems pretty relatively even so far.
Yeah, I don't really think either team has had a big spell of possession either. It's kind of just been back and forth, a lot of turnovers, some sloppy play, a lot of clearing it down the pitch. I think once a team can really get the hold of possession, string together a couple passes, it would be big. Whoever does do that will have a big advantage.
Yeah, I'd like to see some more down the left here. That's a good ball from Anthony. Ooh, good defense.
We get a corner out of it though. I'd still like to see a better set piece taker than Pulisic though. He really hasn't been up to par.
Listen to that. Listen to that crowd in the corner heckling Christian right now. Oh, wow. For those of you not watching, the Mexican crowd in the corner is giving it to Christian. Good ball back across from Reem. Uh-oh, Mexico on the break a little bit here. Oh, well done from Dest. Well done from Dest.
Reem just wastes the chance. Just gives him the ball back.
Yeah, we were very lucky to avoid a 3-on-1 counter there.
Yeah, good from Dest to win the ball back and Reem as well.
yeah, that's the best right back in the world. I've always said that.
He might not even be a right back. Look at him at PSV.
Mexican crowd starting to get into it, getting rowdy.
Yeah, if only we had fans like that.
Just try an experiment. We can experiment. Pay some college kids before a football match or a week before, and tell them that, hey, just bring that atmosphere on, and I think we'd have a really good fan base. That's the best atmosphere, fan atmosphere in the U.S. Fan culture too. So
It is.
I don't know if it would ever translate to this sport. I think that's obviously just a hypothetical scenario, but it is the best one we have.
One of us needs to win that $1 billion Powerball, and then we can fund some college kids. I might buy a club too. Who knows? We'll see.
Buy a club, maybe try to get them out of MLS, that system.
Yeah. Ooh. Interesting. I'm maybe in agreement with the Mexicans here. Let's see. I'd like to see this back.
At first glance, I don't think it was a foul either.
Gio and Edson have gotten into it.
This is boots up. I can see it. I can see why you called it.
mean, no outspoken hate for L3, but these jerseys look awful in my opinion. I think they're probably the worst stuff I've seen. They typically have nice looking kits. This one is not the case in my opinion. What do you guys think?
I think they're still better than ours, to be honest. The kits that they have, both the one that they're wearing and the other one as well. But yeah, compared to their usual kits, it's definitely a downgrade. As honestly as are ours. The past couple of kits we've had have been a downgrade as well.
Yeah, I would say that I like the green kit a little bit more, but the Adidas I think has been hitting a lot better than Nike has been for the last few years. I think Adidas. I mean, I like Nike kits. I think they make beautiful kits. So I don't really have personal preferences from kit makers. I like them all, but Adidas is making some unique stuff. It's really cool patterns, and sometimes maybe it's a little bit much, but I like that they're at least trying.
Yeah, I mean, even though I don't like these Mexico kits, I think they're not good. It tells me they put some effort. I mean, they tried something there. I don't think that Nike took more than like a minute to come up with ours. It's pretty basic.
They
And
always do a good job of hitting their cultural heritage, I feel like.
yeah, they do. They do hold on to that. Rings about 2 levels better than any other C big we have. Yeah, I think that's very likely true. I would agree with that, Ziz. Thank you for joining the stream as well. I would agree. I think just composure on the ball mostly, but also reading the play, anticipating things. Yeah, it's definitely the weakest area of the pitch in my opinion for us right now. If we had a young Ring right now, we would be in a lot better place. It's concerning how he's older, a lot older than the other ones, and he's still the best one. So a position to work on, and hopefully someone emerges by 26.
Yeah, and I think it's incredible for Reem the fact that his lack of pace doesn't really get in the way of him because of his incredible soccer IQ and the way he plays, the way he reads the play, like you said, and just honestly his technical quality as well. I think if you just look at his quality, he's a much better player. If you had just given him Mark McKenzie's speed or Miles Robinson's speed, imagine how good we would be.
Yeah. So.
Chance there for Mexico.
Ooh, certainly was. Let me fast forward a little here.
McKennie just gives it straight to the Mexican player. Is that Henry Martin? No, it's not. I believe that is Luis Chavez. Probably should have done better with the finish.
And then it fell to his left, which is his preferred foot too. Nice run by Reyna there.
Yeah,
she was really alive.
Wasted though. Did any of you guys remember that Tim Weah is playing? Because I haven't seen him at all.
Yeah, I was going to say, everything down the right is completely off. Our only action has been down the left side.
It's Dest every time. Even when Gio had that inversion, which I thought was good, Dest maybe could have gone to it, it's just Dest. I feel like Tim is really reaping the non-benefits of not having a position at club level, not consistently playing right wing because he's never wide enough and very inactive on the ball. Even when he drifts inside, you don't see him participate on the play. Yeah, well, we were talking about him there. He touched the ball right there. It might be one of the first times, and it's interesting to see. Dest is the one that pushed forward. He was ahead of Ring way out there. I don't know if that's something that Greg's cooking, but I mean, if Greg does anything tactically, I'll be surprised.
I was actually going to mention that too. The fact that Dest is pushing up the pitch and why he's playing it as a center mid right now. I don't know why he's there.
I'm hoping to see Tillman come on for Weah in that position because I'd like to see Tillman play his natural. I mean, he plays their club level, so I'd like to see him play that position for the men's national team. And well handled there by Tyler. It seems like we're yet to.
I will say
see him in that position.
Chris Richards has been a little bit shaky today, guys. I think that the decision making has been really bad right there, especially since it's not really on the ball; it's just headed straight to a Mexican player.
I don't know how to pronounce that, but he's saying that the game's very open. It should favor us. Yeah, in theory it should. We've seen that in the past, but I think Mexico have gone into the game a little bit. We've seen it really like up and down. Mexico have had some chances. We've had some chances. I don't think there's been that one clear-cut chance yet. Maybe you could say Pulisic's one early was that, but I think we're still yet to see the first big chance of this game. So we'll see who it ends up favoring.
Yeah, but
So
I don't agree with Tim with Ziz that it should favor us. We have the better players. Now, Pulisic should really be playing on the right. It's a good call. We mentioned that before. Some people are not for that, but he's been playing there for a while. Braden has been really on that key that we should definitely adjust to where he's used to, and he played better against Jamaica there too. Sorry for cutting you off, Thomas. You were going to say?
Oh, I believe that's pronounced Zizix. And anybody who's ever driven to Las Vegas from Southern California has seen that road, Zizix Road, right before you get to the border of Nevada. So I believe whoever made that town named it Zizix, so it would be the last town in a USA Yellow Pages book back in the day when people used the Yellow Pages. So a little bit of fun fact. Correct me if I'm wrong, Zizix.
We've seen Zizix in our comments a lot. So thanks for tuning into this stream and for always commenting. And please feel free, if that's how you pronounce it, let us know.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much for all of you guys that are tuned in. Very open.
There it is.
There you go.
There it is. Exactly. Some good knowledge there from Thomas.
Hey, man, even a broken clock's right twice a day. Oh, poor giveaway from Tyler there.
Yeah, he's not going to silence the haters that say he shouldn't be starting here.
No, definitely not. No foul. Well done.
Hopefully it doesn't.
Chucky back post.
It's a solid ball in, honestly.
Oh, that's not Chucky. Come out here wide to Anthony and let's just work that. There we go.
I like how much
That's
Gio and Pulley are combining, though.
Yeah, they look good. They're combining nice tonight.
But
Great first touch from Dest. Unlucky. Just a little.
Yeah,
heavy.
I don't think there was really much he could do in that situation. It was the best touch he could probably have.
That's probably our first yellow of the game. Yep.
But
there it is.
Let's also look at how much of a mess we are going forward. I mean, we saw in that play, Gio and Pulley were building it up, got it to Jedi, and then it's Haji on the left crossing into Weah trying to come in. Why was Weah not already there? I don't know if it's intrinsic play that didn't really catch up to speed, if it's something they've been training, but I mean, players will naturally drift to where they've been playing during their club season. So, I mean, I don't know. A lot of questions about Greg, and I think regardless of result today, he'll still stick around. So we have to get used to it.
That's for sure.
Yeah, and on that way up point, I've seen, I don't know if you guys know, if you're on the USMNT Twitter space, you'll definitely know him, Colin Reese. He's been in our comment sections. I don't know if he's tuning into this stream, but he actually commented on one of our videos saying that he'd like to see Weah used as a second striker or up top. And honestly, I think that's the situation that he needs to put himself in if he wants to be in that kind of position. I think it could work potentially. But if he is going to have that striker's instinct, he needs to know to be in the box in that situation, especially since our main striker, Haji, was out on the wing trying to put in a cross. There needed to be someone there. It was probably Weah's responsibility.
I mean, the guy's dad is a legendary striker, and this is why I was sad when he started playing right back, full back for Lille, and then went to Juve, right wing back. I always thought that before we had all these options in the forward position, I thought that maybe we could convert him to a striker. And definitely far from that at the moment. Doesn't really have a position.
Yeah, I mean, if we are going to see Haji drifting out left and playing balls into the middle like that, I would rather see Tillman crashing in from the right than Weah. He's a much bigger player, much better in the air. If people are going to be naturally drifting their positions, let's get someone in who can double as a 9 if need be.
Or that has played during the season too. I mean, that also plays a part, honestly. And I back Weah to fully bounce back from this, though. I like him. I like him as a player, but I have my questions in regards to, is he a for sure starter like we do seem to treat him as a lock-in starter, but be interesting to see. It all depends too on who emerges during the cycle. We got some dual nationals. Luca, I think some people might say the moment he commits, if he commits, he's lost the starting lineup. So
You
I
know,
think
all
people
it
have
could take.
forgotten about.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
go ahead.
Go ahead, Braden. No, go ahead, Braden.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think people have forgotten about Luka Kolyashko a little bit, just because he's been injured for a while now, and Burnley have been playing quite poorly. They're basically a lock to go down. Who knows if he'll stay in the Premier League? I think he's shown the talent and the ability to maybe get snapped up by another Premier League team, and he's definitely young enough. He has the potential as well. We could see that happen, but even if not, there's been some baller wingers in the Championship, especially at Leeds. Thomas, I know you're a Leeds fan. Somerville, William Nyanto's kind of
Gnonto.
a hybrid striker winger. Players like that, and Nyanto is actually kind of in a similar situation as Kolyashko on the Italian national team, kind of on the fringes, trying to get in there.
Yeah, he featured with the U21s this week, Gnonto, in the Italian national team. I think he played full 90, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Somerville's been incredible for us this season. I think he's got 14 or 15 goals in league games. It's been unbelievable. He's chasing the golden boot. Guy's been awesome.
yeah, and great point right there by Zizix that he's a little bit worried about Gio always dropping deep to get the ball from the CVs. That's true. We are building up that way. Goes to Rain, Gio drops on that left side, and then we start trying to build something. I think that, yeah, Tyler has been very – I don't want to criticize Tyler too much right here. I love the player, but he doesn't really add much in the buildup of plays. And if in a game where we'll be imposing, technically should be imposing the tempo of the play, I think that Johnny would be more helpful. It's strange, really, that Johnny didn't get the chance that I thought he would get during this camp. I think that Greg has a really, really big loyalty towards the players that like him. I think that Musa came out and said that he loved Greg, and and he started last game, and I think that was arguably already a bad decision to play Musa at the 6. It leaves him vulnerable. He's a young guy, and he shouldn't be playing there, in my opinion. It's not where he thrives the most. Should be the 8 backup to McKinney. He's so young. We treat Musa as if he's an experienced player. He's really young.
And also as well on that point, I will say it is nice to see Gio tracking back a little bit, just in terms of the fact that he always wants to be on the ball, always wants to start the attack. That part is nice, but at the same time, yeah, you're right, Zizix. He should be further up the pitch. That should be the job of the 6, and we've seen Tyler Adams struggle heavily to really connect the play and start the attack. And you're right, that's where Johnny would come in handy, and that's probably why he should be starting this game. And hopefully in the second half, we'll see him come on at halftime. Greg did do a great job to manage Tyler's minutes in the first game. When we went to extra time, he did stay true to the minutes restriction instead of keeping him on, which I thought he would have. Did bring him off for Johnny. Hopefully he does that after 45 here as well.
I'll be honest, so I don't get the minutes restriction. I don't get it. I mean, obviously, I get that why it's there, but why would Greg not trust this player? Give him a chance around, honestly. Think if there was ever a time to start, Johnny would have been last game or today, really. I mean, when are you realistically going to give this guy an opportunity then, if not now? I mean, you'd rather play a player that was out of action, hasn't gone a full 90 in over a year, than start the guy that has been doing really well for club level. I really don't see a scenario where Greg will start Johnny then, since he didn't start him during this camp.
Yeah, I think a lot of it just comes down to the team dynamic too. I mean, I think, we tend to forget Tyler was the team captain. He captained us to the World Cup. He's captained us until the injury last summer. I guess that was last summer now. So, I think that's a lot of it too, is just trying to get who Greg perceives to be, who the players might perceive to be the team leader back into the fold a little bit more. But to your guys' point, I think we could use Johnny in this game, Zizix. I think it would help our build-up from the middle a little bit. I think Tyler likes to play the quarterback position a little bit more. He likes to get stuck in and make tackles and then spray those long balls out to the wingers when they have that nice width. And it's just not on for him today. So I think we will see Johnny probably relatively early in the second half here. But, I think it really just comes down – the real reason he gets the start, it probably just comes down to the team dynamics and respect levels, maybe more so than form for Greg. I think that's how Greg brain works 99% of the time.
Greg brain. I would just say this. Maybe Gio's drifting there because we seem to be more set up in the 4-3-3, really. If we look, Tyler is very central. McKinney always on the right, and Gio comes in as if he was a LCM if you play a lot of FIFA, left center mid, because we don't seem to be playing with a 10. Although Gio is a 10, he's not playing that role really positionally wise. You can see it's not in practice being it's a 4-3-3, the 4-3-3 workhorse midfield that Greg loves. Just so happens that one of them is a really technically gifted player that should be playing the 10, but maybe it's how Greg set up. I mean, look, even right now, granted the ball's on the right hand side, Tyler is very central. We never distribute the players in the sense if we were playing with an actual 10. It's just playing 3-man midfield.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Zizik saying he likes Tyler's intensity. I agree with that aspect. I think we mentioned it a little bit pre-game before the game kicked off. The fact that Tyler is here shows, I mean, he does provide that little bit of fire that you like to see in a rivalry game, but I don't think he's had that today. I don't know if it's just a lack of opportunity, but he hasn't really been getting it stuck into tackles like he usually does, or at least like he did before that injury with Leeds and at the World Cup. I haven't really seen that much of that from him today. So hopefully he does get stuck into a couple, try to fire up the team, fire up the crowd a little bit.
Yeah, we're not playing this. Yeah, I agree with you, Zizik. So just playing anytime we see ourselves building from the back or even tracking back right there. I see right now on the frame, Tyler central, West to one side, Gio to the other, the 3 guys in the front. We're playing a 4-3-3 really. I don't
That's
think
a good job by Gio.
Sorry, guys, had to kiss the toddler goodnight.
Oh, it's just poor from Weah. Great ball from Dest. The little clip up to him, and a decent first touch, but he just couldn't control it. He had a couple of options if he wanted to square it.
Good recovery by Jedi too. That was a dangerous ball over the top if he doesn't anticipate it. The timing was perfect there. This is where consistency really plays in. Moments that aren't flashy but really do make a difference.
We're starting to settle in here nicely, I think, a little bit. Took 36 minutes.
Yeah, but to be honest, I on the point that I made about the way that we're really shaping up, I will say Greg probably doesn't really know how to shape up anything other than a 4-3-3 really. When practice,
why force that?
Horrible.
Why force that? Let's play simple. Simple. Hold the ball. Hold the ball.
The game did slow down though. Chances are coming very, very thin. They're not even coming. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's been very cagey, which I don't expect for a USA-Mexico game. Usually it's very open, free-flowing. There's a lot of chances both ways, a lot of drama.
Shout out to Kyle. Did you see Kyle, our friend? We have some friends. He just appeared on the stream. He just appeared. Kyle, I will save this at the 36-minute and 40-second mark. He appeared right there. Nice to see a friend there at the stadium. Looking a little bit worried there, and it is very cagey, which is normally the narrative in finals, but not U.S.-Mexico games. So at the club level, we see it's always cagey on finals, but hopefully now this is what we're going up against, guys. We need to win this game. Come on.
Ooh,
Oh, Serginho, that's brilliant.
Ooh.
Lacking the final product. Lacking the final product, I will say, but that we see this from him every game. There's always at least one run where he takes on 2 or 3 defenders. Beautiful dribbling there, looking like a Brazilian.
This is why I say Des is my favorite USMNT player, and he's the best right back in the world. No exaggeration there.
Living up to the Eno.
Recognize Kyle there. It was nice to see, but great job.
Nice shot by Dest.
A great chance to give himself. He made that chance really from nothing. More than our right winger has done so far. The best from the right wing.
Although, in fairness, I think that's more than anyone has really done to create a chance themselves.
Oh, 100%. I have expected to see that bulge the net, boys.
100%, Timothy. We really missed Dest last game, and we saw Scally have a very poor performance, which is interesting because against Canada last summer in the final, when Dest was suspended as well, Dest seems to love getting suspended for these Nations League games. But Sky did really well to lock down Alfonso Davies. A little help from Brendan Aronson as well. But in this game against a much inferior opponent, he was up against Ronaldo Cephas, really for the most part, who honestly, I do like the guy. I scouted him a little bit before he was on Jamaica's radar, so I'll always like him a little bit just because of that. But he doesn't have the most technical quality. He's really just pace. And we saw Sky struggle a lot. He also probably could have done a little bit better on the Jamaica goal. So having Des back is nice, even though he's not really known for his defense.
Yeah, I think that goal was a little fluky, and it was really unfortunate because it gave Joe absolutely no option to settle into the game from that point forward. He just was completely shooken from that moment on, and it showed. So that was why it was the right move to make the early sub. I felt bad for him. He was finally getting an opportunity to come on, and then you just get this unfortunate loss of possession from Anthony and a fluky pass, and doesn't recognize the switch on Markey, and then just late to come back to the ball. It was just unfortunate. And then from that point forward, his confidence was shot. That rest of that first half, it was. I felt bad for him, but let's be honest, with Dest available, there's just no position for him on the team.
It really isn't, and Dest has been good defensively today. I know he's not playing world beaters here, but he has been really solid. Space to recover when at times he was caught a little bit out of position, but doing really well in these games. He really does show out.
Yeah, I've seen Tyler even drop back into right back a few times this game. You can tell that they're doing their best to cover for Dest. They're trying to give him a little extra freedom and let him go.
Yeah, look at our shape. Way is basically central now, not providing the width. No.
Again, we saw against Jamaica too. Where in the first half he came central a lot. Did he do anything with that? No, he's not doing anything today either. Zizek saying Gio showing a little bit of attitude. Maybe that's the attitude that Greg doesn't really like about him. But yeah, you're right. It is good to see finally someone show like they care a little bit. I'm not saying that our players don't care about this game, obviously, but we haven't really seen that little bit of spark, the extra fire.
Yeah, if Gio uses this edge that he has in a good way, it's definitely something. I just hope we defend this set piece right here. Probably the clearest chance Mexico's going to get until the end of the half. They're not creating anything.
We certainly don't need Mexico scoring a goal to end the half here and then dropping into a low block to the entire second half. That would not be ideal.
Looks like the center backs are coming up. They're really the only aerial threats that Mexico has. I mean, their striker, Henry Martinez, 5'5".
Get out. Ooh. My heart skipped a beat.
Edson coming in there. He did score a header against Panama. Looks like another corner. We need to defend this. We need to get in this half at least bare minimum 0-0. Poor corner in. Easily defended.
Couldn't even get over the first defender.
I will say this, Chavez, for a guy that became so well known for his left foot during the World Cup and for Pachuca as well, very poor, very poor. He had the best chance for Mexico. We won't even remember because he finished it so poorly, but it was inside the box, and it was an easy save for Turner.
Yeah, I think honestly at the club level, he moved over to Dynamo Moscow in Russia and kind of fell off the scene a little bit.
Think anybody's gonna sneak one in here before the half, boys? Think we'll get a late one here?
It would be nice, but it's not like it. They'll probably likely sit back towards this end to maintain that score line, and I think that they are aware that they are the underdogs. Really, maybe not in momentum wise, but players wise, well, we have more human personnel to pull through the win. So.
I have to say,
based on go ahead. I
was going to say, even the Mexican fans seem more reserved than normal. Like they might be hesitant to be as confident as normal. That's Dest. Ooh, corner.
Good corner. Shrey in the chat. Hello, Shrey.
This game off to watch the Houston basketball. Yeah, I think that the scheduling is tough for some people that might not be fully with soccer as their favorite sport. I will say this: look at that play. Great job by Destin West. But where was Weah? Honestly, even the way that he positioned, I don't know. We're not playing with a winger really. He's been anonymous in this half, and I'm not hating on him. And Gino's feeling good.
Yeah. I mean, we are kind of playing with a winger because Dest has been so active.
Exactly.
Weah seems to be taking in the we protested for the Waldo kits. Weah seems to be taking the Waldo role. Where's Weah? Who knows?
Oh man, if I was good at making memes, I'd make that meme.
Oh!
Oh no.
My God, Tyler Adams!
Tyler! Oh! Oh my Lord, Tyler!
Absolute golazo from a player that we've all said has no technical quality.
Man, I think that's the first goal I've seen him score since his debut for FC Dallas.
Holy
cow!
Nice one, honestly. What a goal from him. Oh, and Greg's talking to Weah. I didn't notice that, but what a goal! What a goal!
Rip.
He deserves this. He deserves this because.
Good for Tyler. Good for Tyler, man. Welcome back. What an announcement. What a rip, dude.
Shrey, I bet you're not wanting to turn the game off after that. What a goal.
Did that post in?
No, it was honestly, it wasn't even, I'm not going to say it wasn't a good shot. It was a great shot, but I feel like Ochoa could have done better there. He got a hand on it. Yeah,
he saw it late. It knuckled away from him last minute. He hit that so pure, I think knuckled a little bit. Watch it knuckle away from him. A little bit of backspin, so it wasn't perfectly pure, but
all props to Tyler. Yeah, all props to Tyler for taking on this shot from there. It was a good shot. I agree with Braden. Maybe it was savable, but he had Edson Alvarez right in front of him too. So, but yeah, savable shot. If that's Courtois, it probably gets saved. But I'm so happy for Tyler. And what a nice moment to get the goal going into the half with a 1-0 win. Now, hopefully they panic and it's going to be more open now, guys. As we come to the end of the half, this does change the game. Well, you see how excited Tyler is. You can't help but feel so happy for him. What a nice moment. I don't know why he's not wearing the captain's armband, probably because of the minutes restriction, but nice moment. This is going to open up. It completely changes the game. Right before the half, we see a lot of managers say that's when it's the worst time to give a team talk, when you just conceded right before the half in a game of this magnitude. What are you guys expecting? Well, just going to the roundup. What did you think of this first half? Oh, Tyler scored a really nice goal from outside, a banger, as we would say. But going on the roundup, I'll go to you first, Braden. Initial thoughts you make of this first half, and how much do you think this goal changes the spectrum for the second one? So it's going to be Mexico's going to have to open themselves up.
Yeah, well, first off, I'm just going to have to give props to Tyler Adams. He had a lot of doubters, including myself. I'll hold my hands up. I was wrong. I wanted Johnny to start over him. We criticized him a little bit when Zizek mentioned Gio dropping back, and that should have been Tyler Adams there. But it doesn't really matter what he does for the rest of the game, to be honest, unless he gets like a red card or something. What a goal. One of the best USA goals I've seen in a long time. And Tyler Adams' first goal at any level, club or country, since the 2020-2021 season. So a huge moment for him. He doesn't score often, but when he does, they're clutch. We remember that goal for against Atletico Madrid for Leipzig to send them to the Champions League semifinals. Another clutch goal for him here, and it's huge for the match as well, because honestly, it was very stale. It was uncharacteristic of a USA-Mexico game. And now that we do have a 1-0 lead, Mexico are going to come out of the half hungry, and they're going to really be pushing for it. And it's going to leave them vulnerable at the back. Their defense really is not that great. Their fullbacks in particular, I think Pulisic and Dest in particular, Reyna as well, can take them on with relative ease. If we can get some chances down the wing, maybe get some balls into Haji. He has the aerial ability. We've all seen it at club level in particular, and some good finishing ability as well against Jamaica. So maybe an opportunity to get some more chances there. But overall in the first half, hasn't really been too many standouts. I will say Reyna's been active, but a lot of what he's trying hasn't necessarily worked. Dest has been amazing. just taking over for Weah, since Weah has decided once again to be a non-factor in this game, just taking the right wing role by storm, honestly, and taking on defenders at will. Pulisic's been a little bit quiet though. That's the one concern that I do have. Against Jamaica, we saw it in the first half as well. When he was on the left-hand side, he was a little bit quiet. Limbikisa did a good job in that game to lock him up, and I really don't think he's been effective. He's been on the ball a lot. Him and Reyna have tried to combine, but with limited effectiveness, and I think that one chance is coming back to bite him that he should have finished.
What do you think, Thomas? Your main takeaways from this half? I think we can hear you, Thomas.
Hey.
I actually muted for once. So I thought we were going to come out looking a lot more flat than we did. I thought we settled into this game a lot better than we did last game. Granted, it's a lot easier to settle in a game when you don't get scored on in the first 37 seconds of the game. But granted, I did like what I saw from the team starting a lot better than I expected. I honestly kind of expected, based off what I saw last game, to Mexico come out and kind of dictate the pace of the game much more than they have. And I think that we have kind of grown into the game more than they have, and they have kind of started to fade out of the game a little bit. Ironically, we got the last minute goal in the second half. I didn't think we'd get it either, but I think that does make for a nervy second half. Probably is going to pan out in that 2-1 scoreline, I think. I think we need to go. I think we need to stay aggressive here. I'm hoping that Greg doesn't come in and sit on this and make some conservative decisions with this game. I'd like to see us come out and press and stay aggressive here, or otherwise it might not pan out well for us. But yeah, I'm honestly happy with the first half. What a goal from Tyler. That was beautiful. I think Ochoa probably could have got some fingers on it, but to his credit, that ball, he did see it, I think, a little bit late. It came through 2 defenders from the last guy you expect to rip a banger from 35 yards out. So absolute rip. Beautiful for Tyler. I'm so glad to see that. Hopefully that gives him all the confidence going into the – because I do think Johnny's going to come on for him here. I still think he's still on somewhat of a minute restriction. So I think that could give him tons of confidence going into the rest of Bournemouth season. And I think that bodes well for us going into the Copa America. Doesn't really bode well for Johnny, unfortunately, because I think Tyler is basically cementing his spot back with that. With a goal like that, I think his performance has been a little bit pedestrian up until that point, though, to be fair.
No, but I agree with you. I mean, he has cemented himself back into, just refreshed everyone's minds. Like Kurt said right there in the comments, it shows why he was the captain. Big moment, clutch goal, like Braden mentioned before as well. And I think, although I do see your concerns, Thomas, about Greg maybe just bunkering or something, we have the personnel to not do that. When ultimately, what breaks the game and wins games is breaking the lines, and we have quality to break their lines. I don't think that they have too much. When you go player for player, they're going to open themselves up. Even if Greg, I'm not too concerned if Greg tries to be more pragmatic. We have enough to just bounce back, and when going forward, expose them, because they're going to be coming for us. They're going to be trying to take the game to us. And as Isaac says, Mexico is not pressing in that first half. They will have to should open up, and that's where I think that even if Greg tries to be pragmatic, we'll have enough to hopefully maximize our chances, which we should have a lot more. I want to go do a roundup right now. Braden, any changes that you would like to see? I think I know one of them already, but would you change anything else? We have nice, maybe that way off. Yeah,
we all know that change. We all know what he wants to see. I don't mind seeing it either.
Just spoiled what you would say. Thank you so much, Timothy. It's nice to see that we think alike. And Braden, would you subway off? Anyone else as well?
Yeah, I put that chat from Timothy on the screen intentionally there, because that's exactly the change I would make. Weah has been a total non-factor. If you guys have been following the channel, you know I've been critical of him for a while now, and I think it's fair. He really hasn't showed anything since the World Cup, to be honest. It may be a little bit in Nations League last summer, but since that, at the very least, he's been poor for club and country. He needs a bit of a wake-up call. If some other players' spots are open to be taken, like Tyler Adams potentially, we saw Johnny have a lot of hype around him. He hasn't been getting the chance maybe that he should have been, but Tyler is silencing the haters there. But yeah, Weah needs to come off. I would like to see what I put in my initial starting lineup. I would like to see Pulisic on the right to take that spot. I don't know if him and Dest would work together against Germany when they were on the left. They didn't work, but I think it's worth a shot, especially in this game up 1-0. put Haji on the left where he's more comfortable. He's kind of been a little quiet as well. I think just going back to the point of him as a striker not being his preferred position, like we all thought it was, especially when he was in the World Cup roster and he scored that insane goal against the Netherlands. And bring on Pepe. If Balogun does have a knock, like Timothy said earlier, then I think it's the perfect time for Pepe. He deserves a full 45-minute chance as well, and I think that would probably be the one change. And also, I know Tyler just scored that absolute goal also. He shouldn't come off based on that, but I think we need to respect the minutes restriction, give Johnny his chance, and bring him on.
Yeah, definitely. I think the last thing we would want is to rush him back and go over that minute restriction. I mean, this is the perfect send-off for this game. He did his part. We were so happy that he scored. And I think that he was pretty okay on the ball. There were 2 moments that he was under pressure where Tyler just passed it backwards. But we've seen a lot of mistakes from players over the years where they don't do well under pressure. He did well. It was a solid job. Not to destroy or hyping up performance from the 6 that we expected. But, hey, he definitely made more than made up for that with that goal. Now, Thomas, what do you think? Any subs? Would you agree with Braden and just do a tactical sub where you sub off one player and keep the other one, just switch positions, sending Haji to the left? What would you do?
I kind of agree with Braden. I think really the only maybe halftime sub would be Weah. I personally would like to see Tillman out on the right. I'd like to see the PSV partnership with Dest out there. That's personally what I would like to see right now. I think Tillman hasn't gotten to play in his natural position. Granted, he didn't look great last game, so he might not be in Greg's plans for this match. But I think if he was given his natural position, partnered with Dest, I think we would see things a little bit better on the right than we've been seeing currently. But we have options. I mean, gosh, isn't this nice, guys, that we're sitting here talking about a wealth of options? I feel like I'm a little older than you guys. This is a rare new opportunity to actually sit here and have some pieces of the cog to actually argue about and not be sitting here upset that someone is playing over who we deem to be an obvious choice over said player. I'm not going to name any names because these guys are all incredible players and they're all better than I've ever been. So I'm not going to disrespect anybody, but it is nice to see where we've come. So just on that point, it's enjoyable to talk about like this. Like we are spoiled, boys.
Just going to respond to Kurt's point there about not being complacent. Yes, this is what we said. Maybe it's even that's why I think I keep on saying that. Even if Greg sets up more pragmatic, we just need to remember it's a 1-0 scoreline. Get the second one, they're going to open up. It's bound to happen. We're going to have space. And to your point, Thomas, it's nice to see on Tyler's celebration. He gave the year. I think that having players push each other. I mean, I grew up in Brazil, and a lot of times during the Brazilian national team, they said that with so many players, they felt like they were playing. They had a camaraderie, but also the minutes that they get, they need to prove something, and maybe that's what's starting to happen here. It's so nice to see Tyler. That was nice, a nice touch, because he had a lot of people question being included here. We can't park the bus. We don't have the personnel for that. That's agreed. That's something I agree. I don't think that we have center back is the position where I think we're the thinnest in quality as well as in depth. And Tyler's going to be out on the minute restriction. We only have Johnny that plays the 6 there. I agree with you, Zizix. Thomas,
I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to go refill my water real quick for the second half.
No worries.
Perfect.
But yeah, Zizix agreeing with Braden. No, just interesting right there on the stats. We had 4 shots. Mexico had 1, which granted it was probably from the best position possibly. You could argue that Pulis was just as good. It was inside the box, really close. But Chavez really should have done a little bit better. And they didn't create anything. That was a half chance that just happened to happen. There was heading the ball around, and they didn't create anything. They had 1 corner. We had 61% possession. I mean, it didn't look that pretty, but we were definitely the one dictating the game. What do you expect now, realistically, not what you wanted to see? What do you think is going to happen, Braden?
Hey, quickly, one thing before that. I just saw Fabrizio Romano actually just tweeted about Tyler Adams' goal. Nice to see some global recognition for the USMNT. Maybe some people outside of the US will begin to take notice of our very, very underwhelming team. But yeah, what a goal. And like you said, I think it's going to be a lot more open half, like we all kind of mentioned, because of that goal. I think if it was 0-0, like I kind of anticipated it being going into the break, I think it'd still be a little bit cagey. Teams would be trying to fill each other out, not wanting to give up that chance, because if it was 0-0, one chance in the second half could be all it takes. However, now that we do have the goal, Mexico are going to be forced, maybe not initially. I think maybe initially to start the half. Basically, there's two ways this could go. They could either come out with fire and really try to push and get it back, or kind of sit back like they've been doing and really try to damage limitation for a little bit, because they don't need a goal right now. They've got 45 minutes to do it, maybe even more with stoppage time. We saw the U.S. get a very late goal in stoppage time to even get here against Jamaica. So they do have time, but I think it'll be a lot more open. And like I said earlier, it could lead to opportunities on the break. And responding to what Timothy is saying, it could be a mental thing for them. That I think that's a very underrated part of football that people don't like take into consideration. The mental aspect, it gets in players' heads sometimes. We've seen it a lot in penalty shootouts, in particular with one of our main rivals, England. They always seem to have that problem. But yeah, I think it could be a mental thing for them. And if they did manage to beat us once, it could make them a lot more dangerous in the future. But for now, they need to break that streak.
Yeah, and on what Timothy said, I think that, and also on the point that you alluded to, I think that even though the most mature thing would be to hold out, still out the game, get it going on the second half. They don't need to go right away. I actually think the mental aspect, the pressure of the fans right there in the stadium, and what they hyped up that they had the better moment going into this game. I expect Mexico to, particularly on this first half, where first 2 minutes, they were trying to go all out. I think that's what they're likely going to do. The one thing that I'm concerned with is if we set up to and we saw that the bench, they do have the personnel to do better than they did this first half. And I want to touch on something we mentioned about subs. Maybe Thomas wasn't here when it showed on the screen on the Paramount stream right there. The least involved Americans, the ones that touched the ball the least in this first half, and Tim Weah with 11 touches and Haji Wright with 11 touches. I will say Haji, when he did get the ball, did all right. To his defense, we didn't really create any chances for a 9. So definitely not any favors. That stat doesn't do any favors for Tim, who is back on the pitch. The players are back doing the circle right there. No changes really. So we're just staying it. A nice stat right there from Mason. 223 passes. If we did 2,000, we would go in the history books. 77% accuracy. Mexico with that is looking good for us. Definitely, it brings me to the point that we have the best personnel really. So now some tactical analysis right there. Were one of the chances that Reem did really well to recover for Chris, and they highlighted one time that Tyler lost the ball. This comes with game. I don't think it's with on the narrative that Tyler doesn't know the ball. He hasn't really played. It's a game rust really, and he did well when he got the game in front of him. Not under pressure from behind, which is something that you need to be really sharp on. And he hasn't had that much game time. Hasn't gone a full 90 in over a year and did really well. Put us in front. Well, actually, it does look like Johnny is on the pitch. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, he came on wearing the number 15 right there. Johnny is on. And I think it was a perfect for Tyler. Scored that goal, did his job, more than did his job. I mean, the guy scored a banger. So, here we go, a second half, and let's hope that it's a nice one for us. Crazy shape to start off with that quarterback pass from crazy shape. I mean, I wonder what Greg's team talks look like, but let's see. Let's hope that we do have the chance to capitalize on their.
I would hope Greg had a discussion about a little bit of composure in our halftime here, because these games, if things don't go Mexico's way, and down the stretch, if it is still a 1-0 lead, they're going to get chippy. And, our guys have had a history of getting baited into a little bit of that chippiness. So I hope that there was a discussion about a little bit of composure and not getting baited into any choking of the throat. We don't need any red cards today.
Yeah, although I will say the best thing is to stay composed. We never want to see anything happening, but I'll be honest, it happen. It's kind of fun when it does happen. As long as it's a comfortable scoreline and it doesn't hurt us, it's nice to see. It adds to the folklore of the match. But yeah, I think composure is definitely something that I expect this group to have learned, particularly Des. He has had his fair share of hot-headed moments.
Yep.
We saw Joe Scally's performance, so we don't need any troubles there. Let's just steady the ship. And we see Tyler there sitting down now. He looked like he was stretching and holding his legs. So definitely did a lot of work to earn himself a spot in this roster. Props to him. That goal just is the cherry on the top. can let up and come out flat now. Yeah, that's true. That goes into what Thomas said about the team talk, about how Greg wants to set up. Uh, Theoretically, we should have more progression and more composure on the ball with Johnny in. Let's see if that's the case. Way again to run forward.
Already better involvement from Tim, though. At least he's getting into better positions and playing a dangerous ball across. Granted, it was a little high.
But... It was a shot, really, but tell me
came in too hard.
Right back in the world. Look at him playing.
Ooh. Tim Way is getting involved a lot. He must have came in and watched the stream at halftime because he's been hearing it.
I actually heard that through the a few channels that Greg puts the stream on. The American Ultras Talk stream on just for the last 60 seconds for motivation.
But it's nice that we are the ones imposing the gameplay again. It does look like maybe Mexico wants to study it, or they just can't really have the ball. We have been doing really well with it, and we have the best right back in the world too. So that does.
We have the LeBron James of soccer also.
True.
Keep that in mind.
He's on the ball now.
I don't know why he always takes. But let's see.
I think I'm
what
a
a
bit behind
ball.
you guys here. Let me try to refresh again.
Oh, best right back in the world, huh, Yuri? Bad pass from Des there to end the attack.
Let me refresh this.
Yeah, but I will say he is the best right back in the world. It's just he can't go all out. I mean, what are people gonna do?
I respect sticking with the agenda.
What's your guys' clock at? I'm at about 48:37.
I'm exactly at that as well.
Perfect. Oh, good ball. Ooh, was that off?
Yeah, Haji on the wing. This is where he's usually dangerous. And it's
Over
just
the
good
top.
defending.
Good defending.
It's just good defense. I believe, was that Cesar Montes?
Montes is a defender. He's a good center back. I think that he
Well done. Well done.
Yeah. The fact that he plays for the worst team in La Liga kind of overshadows it, but he's pretty decent for this level.
For this Mexico team for CONCACAF, he's a good defender. There's a mistake in him, but
That's well done from Richards there. Just a nice, simple ball.
yeah, Mexico is impressing. They're not doing high press for later. It does look like they're just hold on to it, keep it at 1-0, and give themselves the best shot at the end of the game. But
Christian's starting to look confident. He's got a little pop in his step when the ball comes to him right now. He's looking like he wants to take players on.
Yeah, I mean,
if getting the ball out wide. Oh, we're taking a shot
good
there.
hit. It's a good hit.
I don't think it's the highest of percentage shots, but it is nice to see him confident. He's been getting on the ball a lot to come out start this half.
Yeah,
I'm not upset with it.
We look at our shape now. If anything, it looks like we're playing with a 10. The way that this attack set up, it was Chris at the center as if it was a 10, and we are getting the ball a lot more. In Mexico, it looks really bad. Seems the first half, Greg was having McKinney drift to the right, having way up pitch to the middle to cover his spot. Looks like this halfway is playing wide. Yeah, that's right. It's definitely clear to see it. These first 5 minutes were a lot better from Weah than first half.
Yeah, it is interesting how much McKinney and Weah have the switchability because we've seen it at club level a lot, particularly early on in the season. You had Weah and McKinney both battling it out for the right wing back spot. Occasionally, Weah would start out wide and McKinney in the midfield, and they'd interchange a little bit. McKinney's played right wing back a lot, and it drifted out wide for Juventus. And we even saw it against Jamaica. Not that specific situation, but McKinney did get moved to right back for the second half. So it is interesting the versatility we do have on the left with Reyna and Pulisic kind of making some interplay, and on the right with Dest, McKinney, and Weah. Speaking of them, they're on the ball again. Tim Weah.
Mm-hmm. Lots of involvement here. That's a good ball.
Oh, that's very good defending. That was Chucky Lozano, I believe, back taking the ball from Dest. PSV teammates.
It was.
Now Mexico finally having a chance to attack in our half, but immediately taken out.
Yeah, well done. Well
Okay.
stopped by Johnny
Oh,
there.
Dest needs to step to that
Flat,
ball. That's
flat.
poor from Dest.
On
That's poor from Dest.
Flat-footed needs to be getting to that for sure.
Good step from
I will
Gallardo
say
as well.
I love Serginho, but he more than anyone, I feel like traditionally I've noticed tires quicker than most.
I think he switches off a lot.
Yeah,
He does.
That was very complacent. I mean, not alert enough. I mean, he's a right back. Should have definitely stepped into that. Any changes on the Mexican side? I didn't really notice. I don't know if anyone in the comments has noticed. It does look like Santi's still at the bench. Chavez on for corners. So I thought Chavez was really poor in the midfield, and he's still on there. I mean, who do they really have to bring on? But
no subs from Mexico's perspective. I think the main ones that you have to look out for on the bench are obviously Santi Jimenez and Julian Araujo as well from the right back.
yeah, Quinones is out. I think he was too hurt, right? He's not.
I believe that is correct. Yes. Yeah. Oh, he is on the bench actually,
He's
but
on the
I think he has
roster,
a
but
knock.
yeah, I don't think we'll see him after scoring last match.
That was good play by Chris too.
Well, strong play from Christian here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tim needs to bring it back here.
That was like a football throw from McKennie. Look, he had the right hand over.
I think I'm fell behind.
Why
Again,
Mexican buddies would probably say it's because of Televisa. And that's why he's not in. I mean, we always hear that. And to be fair, a large portion of Mexican soccer fans only watch Liga MX, and there's a lot of they really like Martin, but I don't think that they have Santi in because, granted, he never really went out and performed for a country like he does for club. And other than that, I don't know. It's just some piece of Berhalter like ball knowledge to keep him. Honestly, he should be in.
Mm-hmm. From Jaime Lozano.
The Lamborghini, as they were saying, they were so quick to hype up their team over some wins. But
Weah winning the ball back, or no, that's Haji, right?
That's Haji.
And you have to stay on your feet there. Oh no, yellow card for Johan Vasquez. I mean,
I start right away.
This is a dangerous spot here.
I thought it was.
That's very close to a penalty.
Well,
I think he was outside. I think he was about to me, watching live, it looked like he was a yard out. I'd like to see. It was close. It was very close. I'd like to see Weston get on the end of something here.
Now I can see why Haji went. I think he generally was out of balance there, and maybe could have kept on, but it was a clear foul. The replay did help me come. Though at time, props to the ref for giving that. A lot of refs wouldn't give that foul. So,
yeah, Pulisic, why is he on the set piece? And there, Pulisic, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Does he sneak it near post? Yep, he tried to sneak it near post. He tried to sneak it near post.
The dead ball never been one of his strong suits. I don't know why. I know that he's the de facto leader, if you say, in terms of player size on the full, but he shouldn't be on dead balls, corners or free kicks.
Who would you rather see there?
Gio.
Gio's, yeah. I would agree with that.
Or Serginho Dest, he's good at everything. I mean, you can put him there.
except
he's the best right back in the world. I'm in.
Wes is really good with his crosses. I mean, give him a dead ball. I think he can definitely make some damage. But he's the ball too.
He's so dangerous in the air. For us, we need him out there, I feel like. But yeah, I think Gio's a good shout. I would like to see Gio on top of some of those.
Yeah, because go ahead.
We have another chance here off a set piece, and it looks like it'll be Pulisic again to take it. Can he do better than last time? We'll see.
Because I will say, Gio, although he's tall, he doesn't really add much. He's not even in the box too. So why not keep him there to take those dead balls?
Well, that's fair.
It's not a bad ball in from Pulisic.
Yeah, not bad.
Reem he can't really connect enough with that. I think instead of trying to get it on goal, realistically there wasn't enough power. Yeah, you have to hit that back across.
Yeah, the ring's not the tallest too for center back to really impulse coming in with the header.
He also has that ponytail which weighs him down.
Good passing.
Decent chance.
Yeah, they did create something.
Yeah, Chucky Lozano doing well there. Some nice interplay between the Mexican forwards, but ultimately just a simple save from Matt Turner.
Johnny really not alert there. He should have committed to a challenge against Chucky, or read that he was going to get the ball back. He just caught ball watching, really. These are moments where you think that Tyler's intensity does make a difference. I don't think that he would have ball watched right there, especially out of possession. So
well done by Weah to win the ball back in. Oh, Weston McKennie, that's magnificent.
Well done. Turn play. Oh, he called
second yellow card. Second yellow card.
Yeah, Greg's upset. I would have liked advantage there too. I would have liked advantage and come back to it.
This is big though. Edson or Alvarez, their best player in the midfield, getting on a yellow, and as well Johan Vasquez, one of their center backs.
Yeah, I still remember when some people saying that Edson Alvarez is more skilled than Wes. Look at that. The things you have to hear these days.
Yeah, more skilled than Tyler, maybe, but
that's what they're gonna say when Wes came into the worst situation ever for his first Premier League stint. So
his on the ball skill, I think it's undeniably better than Edson's, though. And
I completely agree. So I think that's why people think that maybe, but I would totally agree that Wes is much rather have Wes.
This is where I think that Greg really has a setup on a 4-3-3. Gio is sticking on that left side centrally, not really drifting out wide. He's not the paciest guy, not slow either, but just sticking tactically. A very, very competent performance from him, as I think that's what Greg really told him. Look at the way we shape up, always a 4-3-3. So
Johnny does well to keep possession there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see him just look for a simpler pass.
I actually like that pass. I think it's nice to think out the box, but maybe I'm just so obsessed with pressing the ball forward. But yeah, we're winning the game. Maybe
we're winning. Yeah, just calm down and just hold possession. Just play simple.
Reyna getting from the subs that are completely on point. Yeah, no, Braden has a good eye for the game. I mean,
appreciate that, Timothy and Zizix.
Oh, good stuff from Weah. Oh, that's not a foul. Come on. Soft foul right there from him. I don't think it was a foul at all.
I think the ref maybe is thinking that he's been calling too much on Mexico. They've fouled us a lot recently, so maybe a little bit of a makeup call, even though I think all of the calls on Mexico have been warranted.
Yeah. Oof. Oh, boy.
Oh, Dest.
Oh, no.
That's really bad from Dest. Oh, it has to be said.
It has to be said.
Wow.
I don't know why he was on Henry, though, and Chris was on Chucky. I don't know if that's just how things... Oh. I mean, maybe... could have done better. I mean, on the header against Chucky Lozano, I think that Chris heading the ball today has been a little bit inept, but regardless, Des has to do better there. Again, the thing that about switching off.
Yeah, credit to Henry Martin, though. Credit to Henry Martin. He did well to stay with it, just the final product's lacking.
Yeah, he's definitely better than Santi Jimenez. For everyone watching, just keep doing what you're doing. Bench Santi and keep Henry.
I see no reason for any substitutions.
Yeah, no reason to bring Santi on. He's Argentinian anyways.
I don't think we can be making that argument considering some of the dual nationals.
I think anything about dual nationals looking at our squad, but they're going to
Speaking of substitutions, though, we saw against Jamaica, obviously, Reyna came on at halftime, but the first real subs were made in the 63rd minute. We brought on 3 players in that game. We were chasing the game. Granted, we needed a little bit of a switch up attacking-wise. But we're approaching that spot now. So do you guys think we could potentially see a sub come in? We had the same situation. One came on at halftime. Maybe we see a similar situation here in around the 60th minute. Bring on some new personnel, try to get some fresh legs in as Johnny misplays a ball.
Yeah, it looks like Mexico's bringing in Pineda here, who's a winger. So they're obviously going to start going for it here. We might see some more aggressive substitutions from Mexico in the next 10 minutes here. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Greg make some tactical subs to match some of these fresh legs potentially, but we'll see. What do you think, Yuri?
I'll be honest, I think we're just fine. I just wish that we could get the ball to Gio a little bit more and set up with, just as I was talking about him, good stuff from Gio. Clear foul right there. Mexico has been fouling us a lot.
Another yellow card too. Another yellow card.
Yeah, good
Clear
job
yellow.
Getting that work rate and proving that he does help defensively as well, although that was a really poor pass. But yeah, I just wish that he could get on the ball a little bit more. Not one to call for Greg to be more pragmatic, but if he wants to set two back on the double pivot, maybe keep West a little bit more in the back to give that solidify the defense and let Gio really play the 10. I would like to see that.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
Oh! It's Gio Reyna.
Oh, let's go, Gio.
On the rebound.
Gio. What a bit of skill from Christian there on the touchline. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, the little dink over the sliding defender, Messi-esque.
That was Messi a couple weeks ago. That was beautiful. What a finish from Gio near post. That's beautiful.
We're throwing cups at all of our players there.
Some beautiful cervezas.
And that's what Shrey said. Mexico getting frustrated. Their fans are clearly getting frustrated.
And they will get a lot more frustrated. I think we're going to get the third. Now I think they're going to get the third. They have to take the game to really well, playing against a somewhat low block. And this, all credit to Gio, because even the beginning of this action was all in that ball recovery, getting on. Well, what a nice play by Chris.
What a bit of skill.
And then the first time volley, a little snap at it. That's
half volley,
so
jump.
skillful.
Yeah, half volley on the jump. Come on.
You have to be really confident to try that, because it's really easy to hit that and look ridiculous. So you have to.
95% of the time that ball glances off the right. That's a beautiful strike. To keep that down on near, and that's why I said near post at that. What a controlled, beautiful strike. That's so difficult. If anyone didn't play growing up, that's an unbelievably difficult strike.
They're really hard. You have to time it perfectly, get good contact, which is really difficult at right there. A lot of people in front of him as well. People might say that it's Ochoa's fault, because I know the Mexicans like to pinpoint to Ochoa, but come on, he had a lot of defenders ahead of him, and Christian really did anything he wanted on that side. Santi on now though, so yeah, I think the game's going to open up a lot. And
beautiful. Yeah, now it's time to now the composure comes in. We can't get drawn into the chippiness.
Yeah,
Mexico. We might honestly. This game could. I feel like Mexico might go down to 10 men here.
Pulisic, that's just so nice. The little Maradona.
I wouldn't be surprised to see Mexico to go down to 10 men in this game. 3 men on yellows. It could happen.
80th. Like riding on the ball, really.
Yeah, it could get. This could get chippy.
Yeah.
The scariest scoreline in soccer, boys.
That's true, but it's the signature one. Dos a cero, like Mason's saying.
Good shout, Mace.
That's true, and you called it in the beginning too, Mason. You wanted to see a Dos a cero. Yeah, that's so nice, and
I would love to see that.
Look at right there on the sidelines, looking really frustrated. I think I'll lose it really, and Balogun on. So for
okay.
This is I think Balogun can thrive. Reading the plays to running behind defenders, reading those runs. I think Haji did all right, really, especially in the second half. Did all right. He's not really a number 9. I don't think that he did much wrong, really, and got us some nice ball recoveries. Build-up play was okay. Didn't have much to play the 9. But Balogun can really do something, make a statement here, because this is a game that he would thrive on, being able to have those free runs. As Mexico, I think they will. The best right back there.
Zizek saying it might be time for some shenanigans and red cards. And speaking of which, Balogun was the one who kickstarted it all. against Mexico last time we played them in the summer. He got dragged down. The first red card happened in Mexico, and it all kicked off from there. McKennie getting sent off and having that iconic image kissing the badge of his torn shirt, as you can see Yuri doing there. Maybe we see something like that. As it's interesting to see how the managers have adapted to this game. Immediately the goal happens and Mexico goes to their bench. Santi Jimenez and Orbelin Pineda, probably the two danger men from the bench, immediately coming on, try to make a difference. We bring on Balogun for Haji, who, like you said, he didn't do anything wrong necessarily, but I will say he's been very quiet in this game, as usually strikers are under Greg Ball. We really haven't seen a signature striker game in a while. It's always the wingers or maybe Gio Reyna as well. We'll see how Balogun can do.
And Gio was the one to track back there and kick the ball out. So, I mean, men did no wrong today. Defensively, too. Really, really happy for him. Showed out. And I hope that Gio gets a good move, a smart move over the summer. If he performs like this and stays healthy, come on.
Sorry, did I miss it? Did Gio get taken off right there? No. Okay.
He's still in there. He's playing as a left center mid now.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, you'd be chanting Dos a Cero. That's so nice. As the word that English people say, the banter in soccer really is one of the best things. And yeah, hopefully you can shout for 4-0.
Yeah, let's get a couple Balogun confidence boosters in there to end the season for him, huh? Let's get him going into the end of the season.
Mm-hmm. Or at least,
God, that's a great finish.
Yeah. Audio Reyna right there showing on the screen. The heroes, they did try their best to get so they did try their best to get Greg fired, but hey, Gio said they're so far past it. Publicly backing Gio, just put it all behind us. What's going to be. Greg's not going to get fired anytime soon, so I'm glad that whole debacle has been resolved, apparently, and hopefully sign of things to come.
I mean, as fans, all we can ask is our best players are on the field, and because, as you said, I think we're going to be with Greg for a while, at least until through Copa America. And I think even if we crashed out to Jamaica the other night, I still think Greg's job should not have been, but would have been secure through Copa. So, it's just one of those things where we're just going to have, as long as he's making the right roster selections, which, I can't really complain about anything he's done tonight. We just got to get behind him. That's where we're at. Got to get behind him and the boys.
Yeah, and I think Gio so composed today so well. I don't know if that's a foul, really.
Oh, that's like they call goal kick there?
They did.
Well done by Jedi, and good job from the ref. I don't think that's a foul on Santi Jimenez.
Yeah, I thought maybe he was going to call it a foul, but no.
Santi did well to get past Jedi, but really he shouldn't have gone down. I think he had the opportunity to kind of cut across the byline and maybe square
it.
He caught his heel there. He caught his heel there. I think it probably should have gave a foul on that one.
Yeah.
It's all right. We take those.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I hope Nuno is watching too, Zizix. We need some minutes at club level for Gio, especially if Forrester want to avoid relegation.
I don't really rate Nuno too much, really. I think I'm nothing to say about the Forest move. I just hope that Gio gets a good move at this. Do we have to get behind Greg? I mean,
yeah, I mean, I hear you.
We have other choice. Realistically, when we should just managers.
Unfortunately, I hear you, man. Unfortunately, I feel like we have to through Copa, and then we'll reevaluate as we'd like to. I think it's our job as fans to be critical, though. I think we have to be critical of him, because if we're not, then we're never going to be held high to the standard that we expect as fans, which I think that we're capable of. So, that doesn't mean I'm not going to be critical, if that's what you're worried about.
I also learned the job. We forget about that he's kind of like learning on the job, really. Doesn't have that much experience. Maybe with a full cycle now. Oh boy. Oh boy.
I don't know about that call. That's a bad call. Santi Jimenez goes down in the box. And
Yeah.
Zizix
I-
literally just took the words out of my mouth.
Yeah, that was.
Hopefully VAR saves us,
I think
but
that one might come back.
Let's get another look at it.
even
Santi,
touch
it's a very good touch.
I think that's.
but it's dangerous play. If he wants to, it's dangerous
I
play.
need to be in our angle here.
I think there's no need for Jetta. He has the speed to just put his body on the way instead of doing that.
My stream.
Let's hope that Matt gets something in and boosts his confidence. Really, he is good at saving pens. We saw a Gold Cup that it's probably his high point of the season. Although maybe VAR is gonna change things around.
They're going to look at it now. We'll see what the decision is. I think there's an argument for both sides.
Yeah, we need an angle from the touchline, I think.
And Thomas, there's a comment for you there that if this ends 2-0, you must work in the chant into your next video.
We could find a way.
At that angle, if he's looking at that angle, VAR, there's no reason for him to give that penalty. There's no reason.
No contact.
Even touch him? Yeah.
No contact at all. It is dangerous from Jedi. I don't know why he's making that swipe. It does go near Santi's head, but there's no contact.
There's zero contact.
He pulls his leg back too. He should have just gotten his body on the way. There's no reason.
Here we go.
Let's see the verdict.
Oh, here we are.
Yeah, that's what we like to see.
No penalty. That's a
what we
good
like
call.
to see.
Well done,
There's no
VAR.
contact.
Didn't even touch him. I mean,
And a yellow card to Santi for diving.
it was diving.
Or,
This is
I believe.
Yes, I believe you're right.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yes.
doesn't matter.
This is going to be on all Mexican newspaper. A lot of people are pro Liga MX there. They're even more passionate than we have our fans that like MLS. They're so into Liga MX, and Henry Martin don't really like Santi. No es Mexicano, and they say all those things. Did score a field goal when he took that penalty once for them. It's not looking good for him. They're gonna say they may pinpoint this to him.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. But Mexico are providing a little bit of danger here.
Yep.
Which actually makes me excited that we're gonna get opportunities. I think we should get a third now that they'll open it up.
That's a solid touch from Santi. He's doing well to keep the ball.
Yeah.
Chris Richards, man, what?
Come here, Turner. Attaboy.
Chris has been very concerning on the ball, really, positionally too. This
Santi
is where
Jimenez he's come into this game and he's made the impact that they would have wanted. Even though he did get the yellow card for diving, he's providing a threat for Mexico, which they haven't had yet.
But I will say, Reyna, this is where his experience is invaluable, really. You see how he's always on Santi. Even before the play, he gets close to him. And I think that this is a part where if we watch Chris, he's always a little bit farther. On the chance with Henry Martin and Des, he lost the header against Chucky because of timing, positionally. I think Reyna's so important here. I just wish that he was 25, honestly. Good work there, Johnny.
Well done, Tim.
Good job.
That's
Tim.
a good diving header. Just as you're singing his praises.
Yeah, Johnny is the best long ball of all game. I mean, what was that?
Ooh, I think we're starting to hear that chant a little bit. I think I just heard it. I just turned the game sound on.
It'd be interesting to see if they stop the play like they did last year if the chant continues.
I hope that they just keep on going. Come on. Last year, that chance saved them from getting scored more often. I mean, we could have gotten another one. You never know.
I agree. Keep the run of play.
Just keep it playing, honestly.
We are getting a little sloppy now.
Yeah. I mean, that will be the narrative of the game, really. This is where maybe new fresh legs come in handy because, I mean, it's going to go all out. And it's easy to get sloppy in these situations.
Get a good there. Oof. Could be on for Mexico here.
Chucky with his pace and horrible end product like we're so used to seeing from Chucky Lozano.
Getting my charger right here. I'm gonna be hopefully we recharge with maybe some new leg. I think that could be helpful right now.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think we see come on? Maybe Brennan Aronson just to chase?
Yeah, I think that kind of energy is always useful in a game like this. I think Tillman
think
still is an option. Good ball through
Yes.
for Jedi, and
Look
it's
for Balogun.
just there's no one there. Balogun needs to
Couldn't
be
get
there
his foot
sooner.
around it.
Balogun should have been there. I will say Brendan Aronson, this game is perfect for him now. The tenacity, intensity, how much it means for him every time he plays for us. I think it may be a good moment. And also defensively, I will say, even though Rhea plays right back, I think that Brendan Aronson gets really underrated with how good he is defensively. And I will say Johnny's not covering spaces liked on the edge of the box.
Did Edson just try to pass it into the
That
goal
was
from
a
the edge of the box?
poor effort.
Oh, getting sloppy there. Bad touch from Pulisic.
Oh boy. Yeah, we need fresh legs. Tim looks tired.
I agree with Zizix. I don't think that we've seen Jedi game really in this camp.
No.
Oh, Reyna's on his butt. Tim looks tired.
Here's a sub coming on for Mex. No, for us. Who? Yeah, Yunus Musa coming on for Reyna.
That's good. Yeah, he looks tired.
I get it.
Good performance, Gio.
Congrats to him. What a game. And I think that he helped a lot defensively too. People may overlook that. Even this attack, he was
what a goal.
What a game. I mean, men of the match, if you want to give it to him already. What a game, Gio. See his parents there. Yeah, no, props to Gio. Well, what a Nations League performance for him again. I mean, involved in a goal in every game he has ever played in Nations League, and so nice to see.
Yeah,
I think it's good. What do you guys think?
I'm sorry?
It is a good change. I think it is a good change because Yunus Musa coming on, he provides a little bit more of a defensive aspect than Reyna does, and it is kind of getting to that point where we need to focus on defense a little more than attack. It would be great to get a third goal like we did in the last game against Mexico, but the main priority right now is keeping the clean sheet and maintaining this lead and just securing the trophy from now on.
Yeah, and also because although Gio has done really well defensively, I think he's done really, really well defensively today. I think that Johnny's really covering as much space on the edge of the box, reading those plays, those chances that Chucky created one, and then there was another one on the edge. I think it's nice to get Musa in, or engine on that defensive aspect, fresh new legs. He's good on the ball too, so.
Yeah, definitely the right choice to get Musa in right there. I think just going a little bit more defensive and a little bit more conservative is the right time right now with the last 10 minutes of the match prior to stoppages.
That I think Mexico should have done at halftime. Romo in for Chavez, who I thought was one of the worst players on the pitch for Mexico, non-existent and non-factor in the midfield. Had some chances. They need to slow the game down. I agree. We need to retain possession a lot more, Tim. I agree because although we finished the first half with 61% possession, that's definitely not the case here. I haven't looked at the numbers, but Mexico has had the ball a lot more, which granted was bound to happen. They're trying to take the game to us, but we haven't really kept it. Haven't really had 5 passes in a row in a while.
Very well done by Balogun there to get there first, to get to the ball first and draw the foul. And there it is, slowing the game down. We have an opportunity to slow it down here with this set piece, taking some time off the clock.
Yep, time to not be naive and just bleed this out and finish the game out, I think. Have a nice professional performance here, possess the ball. I think we'll probably see one more sub for Weah, but maybe not.
Oof. Weah getting in there, almost the sliding effort, but just beyond him.
No, that was really close. That was and the ball had enough pace on it where just as light as touch would push it in.
We're starting to see a little gamesmanship here. We're starting to slow it down, take our time on these throws.
Yeah, it's nice to see us kind of control the possession here, sending it back to Turner.
Yeah, we hadn't seen this in a long time. Us just keep the ball passing it. Weah looks tired, head down to run, and
Yeah, he
did well the second half. Jamaica did a masterclass in time wasting today. Did they? I didn't really. Uh, yeah, I feel bad for Jamaica. They have so much talent. It's so underwhelming, really. But the players don't really play for the badge. Oh, we have an floppy pass given away by Romo, who just came for Chavez. Christian.
Oh, just beyond Balogun. Shout out to Jamaica though. They got their medal or their third
did?
place, their bronze, their best ever finish in Nations League in their first time being in the Final Four. It's something to build on a little bit. And Andre Blake, my boy, getting man of the match as well.
If they were if we played Panama and they played Mexico, I think there could have been a good chance that they got over this Mexico side, especially if they had all their main players. Chucky bringing it in. We look so clears it away.
Well done by Johnny.
I think we need one more sub here.
Yep. I think we do. And I wouldn't blame. I think Weah turned the game around, did really well in the second half, but we saw that long ball from Tim that he had the head down running, probably a little bit tired. More defensive duties would be nice too. Putting someone like Aronson in, I think that's the sub to make. Really, we'll see if Greg will do that. And Brendan's so good on the ball too. People always undermine that work rate. Technical player, if he gets space here, he will create change. Aronson,
I agree with you, Paul. Love the way he plays.
Yes,
out there hustling the whole game.
100%.
Fun player to watch.
Oh wow, 485 minutes without allowing a goal against Mexico in competitive matches.
Wow,
that's very impressive. That's very impressive.
That is impressive.
And today they didn't really have many clear chances. I mean, apart from that Chavez one, which we'll forget because of how bad the finish was. And it was just by accident that it happened. I mean, they really haven't created anything. Had a long shot from Chicky Lozano when he drifted to the left. And yeah.
5 full matches. That's unreal. That's almost 5 full matches. That's unbelievable.
Jedi has not been best.
Ooh, poor foul.
That's so humiliating. I'm here for it. We're all for it, Paul. I think it's so nice that we have that. It's a supremacy now. We're the CONCACAF Kings. And how's it looking, Jonathan? If you haven't been tuning in ever since the second goal, the game slowed down a little bit. We lost possession. Mexico haven't really created anything. And we had a could-be chance for Weah, which was not his fault, but it was the most clear-cut thing that was created. On the left-hand side, Mexico are really bad defensively. Now, good job.
Well cleared.
Oh, decent.
Oh, yeah, well struck.
Those are always so many people. And yeah, Reyna scored. Jonathan scored a really nice goal. Half volley at the edge of the box. He was the one that earned a foul to set up that play. Jedi combined with Christian Pulisic. Pulisic did anything he wanted on the left side, put in a cross. They clear it. It's on for Reyna on a half volley. Perfect finish, really. And did really well defensively after that, too, and then got subbed out. The only subs are Romo in for Chavez for Mexico and Balogun in for Haji, as well as Musa in for Gio. And we do look a little bit tired. Could keep the ball a little bit more, but remains to be seen whether we will use a third sub. And Tim Ream has been so good on the second half, reading every play.
He has been great.
Been great, really.
What do you guys think, Gio, for the man of the match performance? I think he probably did enough to earn that today. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so too.
I'm not sure. I feel like it's kind of hard to pick a man of the match this game. I don't think there's really been one standout player. I think as a collective, it's all been pretty solid, but there hasn't really been a signature performance like we did see last time against Mexico, and even like we saw against Jamaica last game.
I would pick Gio because I feel like on the defensive side, I've never seen him work so well. Very, very composed as well tactically, not drifting out of position from where he was set out to be. Scored a nice goal. I think him because there wasn't a standout really. If I had to pick one, either Tim Ream too, because Tim has been so good in games, or Gio. For man of the match, I think that's it really.
Yeah, I think if Tyler would have seen more minutes in this match, he could have potentially been an argument for it. But I think just from the minutes that Gio put in, and the second half goal, which is two great goals to remember this game. Wow, it's the last time we scored two beautiful pretty much run of play goals. Beautiful.
As you saw, Matt running up to take the goal kick. Wait, let's see what happens.
Here we go, Musa out to Christian.
Ooh, okay, really nice corner. You saw one of the best visions I love to see in these USA Mexico games is when recently, whenever you see a goalkeeper go take the shot, all the Mexican fans in the green shirts walking up and down. Look right there; they're all walking out of the stadium. And I like that sight, and I'd love to see us come. Copa. I'm very worried about the Uruguay game. Yeah, I mean, I'll be worried too. But I will say the team spirit does seem to be really high, and maybe we're just getting, delusional right here. But
Johnny Cardoso, you have to finish that. It's a tap in for Johnny, and he had the opportunity. Tyler scored, and it could have been Johnny as well on the score sheet.
Has to score that. Come on.
Yeah.
Little team effort so far. Loved Adam's goal though. He wins best looking goal. Oh yeah, definitely. Although Gio did put up a good competition for that, but Tyler's goal. Oh, he has to score that goal. Has to score that. Really
similar to Pulisic in the first half as well. Similar chance.
Yeah, similar chance. I think this one was clearer though. But
oh boys, the chant has begun, and there it is.
Man, I don't know why
they
do.
Oh my god.
Come on, this
let
is
them play, man.
There's 2 minutes of regular time. Come on.
Tim needs to start taking those LeBron vitamins we need.
This is absurd.
Stop the match, suspend the match, abandon the match. I mean, what does that mean? I mean, you're not giving the players just really a chance to all the minutes that they were going to. You stop us from scoring another goal. What's the point of this? Is it going to stop? No. If anything, if it's a cultural thing where it's in Mexico's game, this is done in their league and not in a game like this. I mean, there's no business to stop the match with this. Do you think they're going to stop? Come on. I think this is so soft from CONCACAF. And it's not a discrimination. Won't say it. Anything discriminatory about this chant, really. It's just an offense, really. It's not targeted to a certain group, but already. I don't know why they do this.
Yeah, I'm getting word that. Yeah, I'm getting word that there was several warnings that the referee and the stadium announcer gave out to the Mexico fans that before this ended up happening. But it's just so stupid. There's 2 minutes left. Let them play it out. At the end of the day, this is what the Mexico fans want. You're completely playing into what they're trying to do here by stopping the game, giving them the attention. If you just let it keep going on, they're gonna stop because it won't have an impact. But now you're letting them impact the game and even stop it a couple minutes before. I don't know what they're gonna do. Are they gonna finish the game tomorrow? And Timothy, I'll put your chat here. I know that's what they say. I'm gonna be honest. At least the meaning of the word, that's not the meaning of the word. Maybe they mean it in that way, but I'm really not too sure.
No, Spanish speaker, it's not homophobic. It's just a Tory chant. It's not targeted to any specific audience or tailored to any minority. It's just an offense. I mean, I'm not gonna. It's just.
You could argue stopping this play is just going to make them more hostile. It's just going to it's not doing anything to make the crowd less hostile. I mean, goodness gracious. Just finish the game out and let everyone go home.
Doesn't have any connotation that's homophobic whatsoever, really. I mean, any Spanish linguistics would agree with me on that one.
Hey, I grew up in Southern California. Anybody who grew up in Southern California playing soccer has heard that word a million times and knows it. It just doesn't hold the meaning that I would say they argue it does. I try not to get involved with these conversations because they just don't tend to end well for anyone having them. But I would just say to me it's a bit overblown. I would just prefer to see the game finish out.
And it did provide us since the game stopped, it provided some of the best images. Again, those Mexican fans leaving the game early. We saw a bunch of them walking out. I mean, we got a bit of a highlight there. And look at the U.S. fans there. And I
Good response from the U.S. fans.
How long is the game going to stay stopped for? I mean, watch the next time the ball goes out for a goal kick for Turner. They're going to do it again. I mean,
they're literally make the situation. This I genuinely believe this makes the situation. Like Mason said, they're stoking the flames. Rayson Mason said they're stoking the flames by stopping this. I genuinely think they kind of make the situation in the stadium more hostile And I think even fans leaving the stadium are going to be more hostile. I don't think it's the greatest choice.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't see why they do this at all. I would love to see the person in CONCACAF organize this and argues that this is a homophobic chant to speak of the Spanish linguistic. Just
Hey,
to
Aronson and
word. No reason really.
the
Oh,
goat's in.
Brendan and Tillman getting in a chance. And Pulisic, a well-deserved round of applause. He comes off way as well. Great second half from both of them. And
yeah.
here we go. Aronson and
yep,
Tillman
that's
on to
good.
just finish off the game.
Really, really nice to see. Give these guys a bit of minutes too. We did so well. Dos Acero, I'll take it. Although I think that they should add more time. Come on, the game will stop for more than that. But we could score more. I genuinely don't get it. It boggles my mind. CAF does this of stopping the game. Parlance towards anyone. Exactly. It's just in any sports, and that word really has no connotation that's homophobic whatsoever. So.
Yeah, I agree. I'm sticking around and watching the trophy ceremony for this one. I don't think I'm going out to the parking lot for a few minutes.
I agree with. Although, that's a chance right there for Mexico. Santi Jimenez.
Horrible finish.
Not going to do him any favors for his years in Mexico. And I would advise any U.S. fans to just stick around for the trophy celebration. Might as well, man. You paid good bucks to be there. So the U20 team is going to be amazing. Keep in mind, we don't have. That's true. And I think that that win as well shows that I don't know how relevant Kramaski would be. I think he's more, if anything, he's fighting for a spot in the Olympics. Izmir Bajraktarevic, he's with the Olympic team. Also, guys, if you're tuned in our stream, I will say this once again. It's for free to watch on the U.S. Soccer website, U.S. Soccer app, or on YouTube on their channel to watch the U23s. It's the last bit of preparation before the Olympics. Take on France tomorrow for free. It's at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I think 4:05 Eastern Standard Time. And it's a good chance for you guys to watch.
Well, the ref didn't stop it on that one. Thank goodness.
Yeah, watch. The chance is going to continue. I mean,
here's another goal kick.
Exactly.
Yeah, the one thing we have going for us is all the Mexico fans are leaving because they've been embarrassed tonight. So maybe the chant will stop because they're not in the stadium anymore.
Yeah, maybe the players will sing it instead. No, I'm just kidding.
It's got to be getting to be an absolute bitter taste for Mexican fans. 3 straight CONCACAF champions, 3-peat. Gotta love it. CONCACAF Nations League anyway.
This is a generation of Mexican players that are just like, in the great words of Modi, when he said it to Wenger, specialists in failure. They're used to losing to the US. They are. And anytime they face our A team, we win. We managed to pull through, and
100%.
Performance was a lot. Oh, that's a good opportunity to go right there. The best right back in the world. Foul. Give him a foul. Red. He fouled the best right back ever.
Nothing called.
Oh, it wasn't a foul. Kidding. Good combination to set up that though, and let's score.
A giveaway here. Oh, poor touch. Oh, I don't know about the foul.
There's likely a large group of Mexican fans that are just to chat. Yeah, I think so. I think that's what some of. I mean, to the point after we scored that second goal, that's the only reason why they're there, really.
Yeah, exactly. Once victory's out of sight, it's poop housery time.
Exactly, and it's like Brayden said, it gives the attention that they want. If you just ignore it, keep going, it's not going to be a big deal. But as we come to right here, I don't think we'll see any more added minutes. Everyone's just ready. We saw BJ right there right next to Greg, the man, the myth, the legend, best coaching record for a USMNT coach ever. 100% wins.
Well, not the Gold Cup, but we don't count the Gold Cup.
What's the word? Lindy asks, what's the word?
Yeah, we're not going to say the word at risk of being our stream being suspended because the refs in CONCACAF clearly think it's
I responded the best way I could.
What is this? Suspend the rest of the last.
No, I believe are they or is it final?
Yeah,
there's no way they're suspending it.
Just call them. If they suspend it,
yeah, they're gonna suspend the last 4 seconds that they had.
Oh, I called it. we're now over the 6 minutes of stoppage time, but nope, we've got to suspend the rest of the game. Just blow the final whistle. Come on now.
Yeah,
What are we doing? What are we doing here?
Yeah.
And look, all the fans are
Yes,
gone.
Christian,
Look,
read his
you
words.
see
Call
us.
the game. Christian's lips. You could read his lips there. Call the game. What are we doing here?
Honestly, the AT&T is such a nice stadium too.
We don't see any brawls yet. It didn't look like
Yep.
any scraps out front yet.
This whole thing is so cringe. Just CONCACAF, just call the game. There were 4 seconds literally on the clock. 4 seconds.
I gotta
Not
say,
gonna
this
race-
is the most American
Mhm.
Not
thing
gonna
ever.
Also, I will say one more thing. I believe, looking up on the video board, I'm pretty sure they put that message in English. Why are you putting the message in English when the Mexican fans are the ones who are at fault here?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a valid point. I mean, come on, someone had to say
So dumb, man.
Dude, are they waiting for everyone to leave the stadium?
it.
Oh, the ref is making some sort of signal. It looks like the game is resuming for 3 seconds, and then they'll call the final whistle.
Yeah, there are the 3 seconds to put the throw in.
This
The
is
game.
getting ridiculous.
I mean, what they think this is doing is raising awareness to show that they're serious about it, but realistically, man, it's just Santi Jimenez with a disaster class. Look at that touch, really.
Yeah. I think the reality is that as long as Mexico's losing, we're always going to hear it.
No, but Santi did bring in some volume, though. He provided a threat that wasn't there.
He definitely came on and changed the game for sure. He definitely gave Mexico a spark.
But
well done by Serge.
Chucky tried.
Well done.
Honestly, he tried. Look at that ball. He tried a lot for Mexico. It's just that he's not a good player. Not very good. So.
Mm-hmm.
But I just say this because some Mexican friends say that that Chucky sucks, Ochoa sucks. Put out a strong lineup to get strong results. That's right, and we get the win. We maintain. Let's see if Tyler will get the armband. I don't think he will, but it's so nice for him to be involved there since he wasn't last year. Yes, and hopefully Greg keeps this theme of strong rosters going. I think that this time he did get bailed out with the injuries. It fixed his roster in itself for him. 2-0. Yeah, it is the scoreline, the story of the match, of this rivalry. Recently, just the U.S. winning, and we extend the streak. And it would be fun to see what Mexico says. What Mexican media, they're very reactionary at times. Last time this happened and we won, Coca was fine. Some people said that the Lamborghini was well and on, and well, we crashed that today. Final considerations on the second half. It did get a little bit messy, very sloppy at times after the second goal. And what do you think, Braden?
Yeah, I think it was a lot more open, like we predicted. Ultimately, I will say, in terms of USA-Mexico games, especially recently, this was one of the more boring ones. Particularly in the first half, there wasn't a lot of chances until that screamer from Tyler Adams. A lovely, lovely goal as well the second time from Reyna, Pulisic working magic on the sidelines. Absolutely embarrassing Antuna, ending his career. I think some Mexico fans would like if his career was ended based on how he's been playing for them and at club level. But yeah, I think the second half has been good for us. Ultimately, it is a boring game, but we'll take it. It's another win, a 3-peat, and it kind of goes actually into what Jedi said before the tournament started. We want to win this so much that it becomes boring. Well, that game was a little bit boring, but we do win. We get the 3-peat. We remain kings of CONCACAF, despite what Canada would say with their trophy for World Cup qualifying, and Mexico with their meaningless Gold Cup C-Team trophy. But we are the kings of CONCACAF. Now we just need to have this momentum go into the summer and Copa America.
Yep, and you, Thomas, main takeaways from the second half, and like Braden said, we maintain supremacy in the region. What do you think, Thomas?
Yeah, overall, I thought it was a much more competent performance than I expected going in. Like Braden said, it was nothing, overly outstanding about our performance, but I thought we did well. I think we did well to keep Mexico from being dangerous pretty much the entire night, and we did grow into the game. I'd say, around the 35th, 36th minute in the first half, we really grew into the game, and that stayed consistent through the second half. I was really glad to see the guys come out and basically stay on it. They had a mission tonight. They came out to win the CONCACAF Nations League and stay the champs of CONCACAF, and they did a great job coming out and putting a stamp on it. I really thought it was going to be much shakier than it was, so I was impressed with the performance tonight.
Yeah, I think that holding on to possession like we did during the first half is what made it crucial. We didn't rush anything, got the nice goal towards the end. As Jonathan says that he can't wait for Gio to just figure out his club situation, I agree. I mean, it would be nice if it's undeniable that he has to play the 10. Although today he did a really solid job as a left center mid, really. Practically, that's what he was doing. A lot of drive, creating chances, very active in the match, good defensively, scored a nice goal. But I think this is most importantly a good chance for him to shine and propel some other clubs to maybe grow interest on him because he needs a move. I think the Dortmund thing just go somewhere else. And although managers can always change, but I don't think that they will. Tur's just going to stay there. Just hope that Gio gets a move. And he's probably liking international camps more than club soccer this season. So it's nice that we give him an opportunity to show out. And I'm so happy that he had the camp that he did. Now we just see the guys grouping up there. And I think this brings it to the end, right? So,
yeah, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for having me on again. I love doing these streams with you guys and videos with you guys. So I just wanted to say, before we ended, I really wanted to thank you guys for having me on. I really appreciate it. That was a lot of fun, and I hope it's not the last time. We should definitely do this again.
Yeah, thank you, Thomas. Thank you, Mason, too, who's been commenting. All of you guys that have commented throughout the stream, it was really fun. Hopefully, you guys enjoy it. Leave on the comments below any constructive criticism. Definitely open for it. Thomas, we appreciate having you here. The next one will be on your channel. We're so happy to be able to collaborate and have some different insight, bring in different perspectives. And just before we go, Zizek's commenting that there's a clear difference in quality. Yeah, workmanlike for us. No. Exactly. It was just a competent performance, and it was still enough. And yeah, well, I think that Mexico from here, they just go home and cry. Really, that's what the fans will be doing. Meetings. I don't think that they have any prospects that will change the spectrum of their quality. So, I mean, I don't know where they go from here either. They can try to blame it on Televisa again and Liga MX and the manager and Tata Martino back in 22. I mean, there are a lot of excuses there. I don't really see much from where they'll go. I think this is what I will say. If they swallow the pride and set up in a defensive way, they can do a lot better. But thank you so much, Zizix. Thank you, Braden. Again, I already thanked Thomas. Can't thank you enough. And I'll let you say the goodbyes for everyone. Braden.
Sorry, muted there. But like you said, thank you to everybody who's been with us, even if you only came in for a couple of seconds, if you've been here the entire stream, like Mason, Zizix, Timothy. Thank you again. It means a lot to have you guys watching the game with us, and we'll continue to do this, especially in the summer. The games will ramp up. We're going to try to stream a lot, especially with Thomas, some games on his channel. Maybe we'll try to do a dual stream with both of us having it live together as well. But yeah, thank you guys all for tuning in. Stay tuned for the content, and please leave a like if you enjoy. Like you already said, leave some comments. What do you think about this stream? What can we improve on for next time? Have a great rest of your night. Vamos USA, 2-0. Bye-bye Mexico. Go home and cry. Thank you all for tuning in.